back to my channel today, and we are doing a brand new Sims 4 apartment renovation video. And so today is definitely going to be a really great day, just because I'm excited to say that it feels good to be back in San Myshuno, the city of penny pizzazz, the hustle and bustle of the social media world. You have to conquer it all to live it up in the city. But I am very excited because I'm actually building this apartment for a quote-unquote new current household that I'm playing with in my Delso Valley, my Deluso family household that I've been playing on and off for the past 3 years of my life of The Sims 4. And since then, I felt like one of the new families actually needed a brand new apartment. So I went ahead and created this 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment, and it feels really good because for this specific sim, they are actually in the, I would say, more of the social media career that comes with city living, but also they have a best friend that lives in the city as a freelance photographer where they take photos of their fashion modeling career alongside their clothing line. And it feels kind of good to have a friend in the city that actually lives literally right next door to them to take photos for them for their Instagram and their media promotions and their pretty much everything that has to do with their lives. And I actually have a creative sim coming up very soon for the specific apartment. It's just 2 Sims, a young adult and their little brother that actually lives with them. And both of them are actually really cool, and they're very similar in a way because the young adult sim, actually, her name is Megan Cho, and she is a friend of the world. She likes to be in people's face, very self-absorbed, kind of, sort of, where she likes to get her way, and she wants people to talk about her rather than themselves, which is kind of annoying, but she has this mentality of being successful and achieving all her goals to the best of her ability and no matter what the cost is. And so she kind of abuses her social media presence to get her way, to gain the follows, gain the friends, and gain the money. And it's kind of not the way she's supposed to live because her parents taught her to always be respectful to other people and be kind and honest and trustworthy no matter what. And she kind of lost sight of that after she moved to the city because she used to live in Willow Creek, and since then she really hasn't had a chance to really reconnect to her original family and back to her roots of being humble, kind, and honest on social media. And it's been that for the past 5 years, and since their parents passing, most likely their father, the mother really couldn't handle it anymore, so she kind of went away. Which is kind of terrible. She's still alive, but she just went away. Not in jail, but she just couldn't really handle, the responsibility of kids and, being a mother and an adult. So she just packed up her things, changed her name, and moved away from a different city. And it's gotten to that point where you thought Megan would be the only sole provider for her little brother. And her little brother is only 10 years old, and his name is Ethan. And it's spelled E-H-R-E-N. Ethan Cho, or Eren Cho. I like that name. And he's actually kind of falling into the same footsteps of his big sister, where he wants to, inspire young kids to be whoever they want to be and, influence the social media world of kids. And he has a little bit of a side thing going on where he wants to one day make music and see what he can really do in that field. So he's trying to pursue that lifestyle of becoming a musician. So he's going to probably go into the entertainer career that comes with the base game career, or some other kind of freelancing with the missionary of labor, kind of going off of that to see if he could, really make his dreams come true. And when I was actually recording this build, I was actually watching the, what was it called? The Teen Choice Awards on Hulu, because I didn't watch it when it actually happened, but I was watching the Teen Choice Awards, and I thought, what if it'd be really cool to have a surfboard while, living in the city, social media star. And when I was hearing all the announcements for all the awards, I thought, what if Megan Cho What if she got her own surfboard? And I thought it'd be kind of a cool idea to just put a surfboard from Island Living in her apartment to signify that she got a surfboard award for being, influential, or got the teen choice of internet web star, or whatever it's called. And I thought it was a really cool idea, so I added it in there, and it's like a personal touch. And I honestly feel like more creative when utilizing all the packs, just because it allows me to see what I can create. Because I know for the past couple of like speed builds and other things, I've been primarily doing like base game only builds, or like base game in one pack. And I felt like, it was restricting myself of my creativity and my potential, because you can only do so much with base game, or at least like one pack. Especially now that we have all the debug items that they added in the patch update, it's not a lot of stuff that I could really use from base game or from like one pack. Because usually a lot of packs don't really have like interactive debug objects that you can actually use in your homes. So I felt like for this type of speed build, and for the next couple of ones, I will probably be doing using pretty much the majority of all the packs that I have in my game right now, just so I can, explore, different sides of myself when it comes to building, and see what I can do. So hopefully you guys are okay with that. But in case you guys do not know, I think by the time you're still watching this video, I'm not really sure, but Origin is having a sale of a lot of things. Like, it's insane. The sale is quite crazy. So if you go on Origin right now, by the time you're watching this video, it might be over. I'm not really sure when I'm going to upload this video, because I'm pre-recording for Germany that I leave on Saturday. But every single expansion pack is 50% off. Every single game pack is 25% off. And alongside every game pack is 25% off. So you can literally buy an expansion pack for $20, a game pack for $15. Where is a stuff pack? I gotta find a stuff pack, because I'm literally scrolling through Origin right now, but I don't think they actually have any stuff packs. Oh no, that's not good. I feel kind of terrible. Yeah. Oh wait, no, I found it. Okay, good. So every single, yeah, that should be right. Oh, no. So Island Living is actually 25% off, and every other expansion pack is 50% off, and stuff packs are 25% off alongside, as well as game packs. So game packs and stuff packs are 25% off. Island Living is 25% off, and every other expansion pack, like City Living, Get to Work, Get Together, are 50% off on Origin. So you better snag those lovely, lovely deals on Origin while you can. Hopefully that made sense, but I will leave a link down below in the description to the Origin website to filter through The Sims 4, just in case if you guys want to have it on PC and kind of see what packs you have wanted for the longest time. But now that the cost is down, I think you could probably get it for yourselves. But personally for me, I think what I'm going to end up doing is probably like a ranking video of the Sims packs that I would recommend, like least to greatest, and kind of giving my like thoughts and opinions, because I've done a bunch of reviews here and there, but I've never really kind of gave my full opinion of like each pack, because I never did. And so, well, I feel like I have. I mean, the regular Sims 4, like the first like base game, I never gave a review of that. I was just playing the game. But I think Get to Work, I never did a review of that one. And I think after like Get to Work, or like Outdoor Retreat, until like recent, I've done a review for every single pack except the Machino stuff pack, which I for one forgot to do because I've been so busy with pre-recording that I did not have time to actually pre-record that, and I had a lot of other work stuff I had to do, so I did not do a review of that. But I will eventually like do some type of like sit down video of giving my thoughts and opinions of every pack and ranking them to their level of my preference. So hopefully you guys are looking forward to that. And plus, I want to do more face cam on the channel so you guys can see more of my face, because I feel like most of you guys don't really watch my live streams, which are on Twitch. Link down below, twitch.tv/SpringSims. But I feel like that not a lot of you guys know my face, even though my profile picture on YouTube and everywhere else is my exact face. So more face cams coming to the channel, some Minecraft and some other things, just to, have a bit of variety, but mostly just Minecraft and The Sims, because I've been obsessed with playing Minecraft for the past couple of weeks, and it's been quite crazy, because, I got DecoCraft, and that's, something else. It's like custom content for The Sims, but it's in Minecraft, and I have a problem in an addiction, and it needs to be stopped. Yeah, so back to the build, as I was saying. I, for one, feel like this apartment for Megan Cho and Etheren Cho, these two lovely Sims who become a very well-known social media presence, musician slash social media star, model, actors, and everything, kind of fits the bill for this apartment. But I also added a little pet bowl and a scratching post for a cat, because Megan Cho actually has a cat to, as a, what's it called, a companion to be around the house, to lay around with and just, relax with when she's feeling down about something that she heard on social media or whatever. Because I feel like she needs somebody other than her brother to comfort her, or like tell her if she's doing something wrong, or someone to really just be there by her side and never leave her, because eventually Ethan's gonna end up be moving out of the city and living in his own apartment or his own condo or whatever, and I feel like she just needs something at least. So I added a couple of things from the Machino stuff pack, like the photographer career, or the photographer camera with the tripod, but also the backdrop and some other things as well. And I added a couple of awards too from Get Famous, just to signify that this is where Megan Cho lives. She's very well famous. She has over, I think, how many followers? She's nowhere near close to 1 million. She's like at 800,000 followers on Instagram right now. And she's really racking up like, the sponsorships and, the fame and the fans and meet and greets and everything. And so she's really doing all of that for her, like, to, be out there in the world and get her face seen. Because eventually she'll end up be getting like a 1 million, follower plaque or whatever, or some type of award for reaching 1 million followers on social media, which I will probably end up creating out of random objects to signify that she got a 100 millionth plaque, or 1 million follower plaque from Instagram. So I feel that'd be kind of a good thing to do. And for Ethan, I kind of didn't really give him a lot of things for him to do when it comes to like music wise, just because he's still a kid. He's only 10 years old, and I did not want to get the violin just because he dabbled in that for a while when they used to live in Willow Creek, but he kind of like lost interest, so I decided to not add that into the household. So I added a microphone alongside an easel, and like I said, the backdrop, and then the video camera with all the other stuff, just so we can have things for him to do. And I think kids can actually use the microphone from Get Famous, if I'm mistaken. But if you do not have Get Famous, the one from Base Game that comes with the Entertainer career, that one also works best if you want to use that for, people, for your Sims to live in a very social media musical world, if you so please. I might just try and do that just in case if you can't use the microphone from Get Famous. And I literally forgot to add a video station from Get Famous, because knowing me, I would have added one, but we had no space in this apartment to add one. So what eventually I'll end up be doing, if I play a little bit more of this current household, I will probably maybe renovate the living room a little bit, or probably turn a little bit of her bedroom into like a home studio, but she already has her own home studio. Originally it was going to be a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom apartment. Oh no, a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment, actually. But then I decided, Megan Cho needs her own studio, because in her bedroom, she kind of filmed there a lot when she was younger, and she just wanted something for her own. So that's why I added the little backdrop. But eventually she'll take it down and put it in her inventory and kind of like rearrange her area for herself. And I think that's what I eventually might think about be doing. Like, every now and then, every like couple of sim days or whatever, she'll take down her stuff from her studio and place, maybe a computer or whatever to just sit there and edit videos. But she can do that in her bedroom, but she can have an extra space to do whatever she needs to do. And Megan helps her brother to like, you know, when it comes to like fame and followers and everything. So she helps him work. She helps him through like social media and his like video gaming and everything. Like he's into like video games, so he live streams whenever he wants to, like at home when he's not doing schoolwork. But he also like kind of does like some singing on the side for fun because he doesn't make any money right now. But he does some singing on the side just to be out there. He puts his singing videos on Instagram and see what people think. And he's really gaining a following, which is really, really nice for him to have. Just because like he wants to pursue that lifestyle and pursue like, you know, that profession. And I agree. I feel like he needs something to really sustain himself after he moves out of this apartment eventually. And maybe in a couple of years, Megan might end up be selling this apartment if she ends up getting enough sponsorship or enough like, you know, money from like her videos or whatever, because she currently doesn't really have a video station. So she actually goes next door to her friend's house, literally right next door her apartment, to record her videos. Like they have basically her photographer, who is her best friend, they have a separate home studio just for Megan to record her videos and edit them however she pleases. So like she has her home studio at home, but also like another studio at her friend's house. It sounds like very weird, but again, Megan Cho is self-absorbed, and she likes to get her way. She likes people to talk about herself and getting people to just be more like her. And so basically, if you don't know what the self-absorbed trait is, it came with Get Famous, and it says, these Sims are all about themselves. They can fish for compliments, are more excited receiving a present, and may become tense when they haven't got enough tension. The celebrity spotlight is something they generally relish. After all, everyone else should love them as much as they ever do, right? Like, they honestly feel like that they need attention, they deserve attention, and they should get it every day of every second. And that's just like awful when it comes to like these type of Sims. And she's also a vegetarian, but she's also romantic and a friend of the world. Like she wants to have as many friends as possible, but they want them to talk about her instead of themselves, which is, and she's in it for the wrong reasons, which is very, very bad. But honestly, she does have some true intentions, and her best friend, Bethany, actually keeps her in check every now and then when needed, which is all the time, which is very bad. And it's gotten to the point where she felt like Megan thought that Bethany was like kind of betraying her, using her for her followers and whatever, and like clout. Like that's, no one needs that at all. Because to be honest though, I feel like Bethany is doing the exact opposite. She's helping Megan to build her brand and to build her presence, but alongside being a good friend when telling her when she's doing something wrong and evil and like not right. Like just the other day, she went to this like little fundraiser back in Willow Creek because she used to live there, and like they invited her out to this event, and they asked to do this like, you know, social media posting and whatever to raise awareness. And it was for the local pets of Willow Creek. And you know what she did? She was like, oh, blah, blah, blah. She did the whole thing. She put on like a persona, like a face to like show her followers like, oh, look at my pet. Look at Charlie and Cat and Amazing and who knows what. Like she gave these random names of these pets that weren't their names, except, you know, some of the other ones that she actually cared about, except her own pet. Her own pet Precious is her name. She wasn't there because she's also stuck up as well. And basically she put on a face to show her followers that she cared. And then when she was off the camera, she literally like did not really acknowledge the other pets, and didn't really like, you know, when they came up to her, she was like, oh no, get away from me, like whatever. And she kind of put this like very weird, like mean presence in the room, like a very bad vibe. And the people around her were like, I thought she was someone that we could trust and that we could, like, really get to know. But I guess not, because after she moved from Willow Creek, like, from her roots, like, she was a very hometown, humble girl from, the suburbs. And everyone loved her. But they saw after a while of when her dad died and then her mother, like, literally leaving them high and dry, it was only her and her brother against the world. So they really didn't have a lot of things, they didn't have a lot of things for them to have. And so she basically did what she had to do to get ahead in life. And that's not what you're supposed to do. And so they felt like that they gave her the benefit of the doubt to, forgive her for what she did and, move past it. But they don't think that they could really trust her with their brand and, like, their presence that they have on social media. Like, the Pets of Willow Creek is a rescue center where they, the mayor of Willow Creek, I think his name is Henry Smith, and he was the sole reason how Megan Cho got started with social media and how she got this following and how she was able to earn enough money to move to Sim and, like, live her dream the way she wanted to live. And she got to bring her brother along with her, but Henry felt like, she was the most kind, honest, and, I want to say, like, self-critical, but, like, more like she was hard on herself, but she knew what was right. And I guess, like, she lost sight of that after a while, but since then, Henry felt like maybe she's changed for the worse or maybe for the better, but he doesn't really know. And he kind of wants to have a sit-down interview with her, like, have a little interview, but not with cameras, just because he feels like if he has a camera with him, she might put on, like, this, like, fake persona in his face to show that she's a certain person and she hasn't changed. She's, like, the same person that she used to be back in the day, and it's just, like, going through a tough time or something like that. But no, she's changed for the worse, and she needs to seek help. And I don't know, no one will say anything, and it's kind of getting to the point where her best friend Bethany can't help her anymore. Like, she'll help her with her photography and everything, but she doesn't really, like, help her mentally or, like, emotionally anymore. Because Megan won't listen. And that's, like, something that people need to, like, tell her. Like, you need to listen. We're telling you for your own good, or you'll get real in trouble, and bad things might actually happen. Like, she might lose all of her social media following, and she might have to be evicted from this apartment eventually. But to be honest, though, she gets her way. She's self-absorbed, and does things to get ahead in life. So I don't know how people can live like that with Megan, especially her brother, of all people. Even though he's 10, he should know better. Like, of all people, her brother should actually tell her something. But I think eventually she'll like, probably take a break from, like, social media. She'll have, like, a mental breakdown. And that's what I'll probably do. I'll have her, like, sit down from the camera and, like, record all these videos and turn off the lights and everything, and say what she has to say, and making a video that she's, like, not okay, and that she's, like, not really happy with herself, because someone in her life has told her, mostly the comments section of, like, her videos and her Instagram posts have been very, very awful for the past couple of months, where they felt like, you've changed, and you aren't the same you're not the same Megan that we thought you would be, and, you're not the same, and we don't believe you, we don't trust you. So she lost a lot of fans back then, like, a couple of months ago, and she kind of got over it, but it feels like it just, like, resurfaced after a while, and it's kind of bringing her down, and, like, she wants to have this, like, sit down talk with her fans and her followers and, like, people that support her, to show that I'm not okay. I'm not feeling all right, and I need to take the time to take a break from social media, posting videos, and just take some time for myself to think that maybe I'm not okay. Maybe I need to seek help. Maybe I need to go back to my roots and, like, move back to the humble suburb area of Willow Creek and reconnect with my roots. But only time will tell. So, like, she might have a mental breakdown eventually. That's what it might have her do, because after 5 years, it's been hard. So I guess she needs some time to just be herself with no glitz and glam, no no phone, no social media, no internet. Like, she just needs to take care of herself, especially her brother, because her brother, like, he's doing all right, but he needs to, like, you know, get with the program, like, understand what's actually happening. And it's like, I guess it's like, it's okay to, like, saying that you're not okay, and you can express how you feel on the internet with no judgment. So, like, that's what I feel like the internet needs to be, like, a no judgment zone when it comes to people making videos saying, you're like, I'm not okay and I need to take a break to better me and my mental health for the sake of me. Because if I just made a video for a video and put on this face for this, like, persona just for, 30 minutes, it's not okay. So that is what Megan's gonna do. She's gonna have a mental breakdown. She's gonna take a break and just think about what she's done and, like, go back to her roots of living the way she wants to live and see where life takes her. And that's the tea. And that's basically it of Megan Cho and Ethan Cho, two peas in the pod that have the same ambition of life, and they'll eventually figure it out on their own, but they need people to guide them the right way again. But yeah, that is basically the story. That is basically my ramble of the speed build. I really hope you guys actually enjoyed this lovely voiceover of me telling the story of Megan Cho and Ethan Cho, and kind of giving you more of a backstory of, like, who they really are as a person and why they live in this, like, little area of San Myshuno, which is actually literally, I should have said in the beginning of the video, but they live in the fashion district of the 701 Zenview apartment where the karaoke legends actually live in San Myshuno. So if you ever want to download this apartment, you can just place it there, and that's where it's being set in stone. I don't know. But like I said again, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please go ahead and let me know down in the comments below, as always, of what you thought of this speed build, the voiceover, and the Sims. And do you think Megan Cho can actually redeem herself when it comes to, like, being herself and going back to her roots? I honestly believe that she actually can, but, only time will tell. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys all in the very next video. Bye!